Sorry about that. Kids are at home again. um, so yeah, sorry, I was saying it's always our initial response before our thoughts and emotions kick in. I mean, most of us relate to the idea that it's sort of that gut feeling, oh, that's not, I don't feel comfortable with that, or oh yeah, this feels amazing, this feels right, this feels good. Um, it's kind of that an inner knowing, isn't it? As I said, this feels good, or go this way, and very often it can take the form of, if it's not that very initial reaction, as I said before, thoughts and emotions kicking, it can take the form of a continuous sort of badgering, if you like. Um, if we find ourselves pulled continuously in one direction, that will be our intuition. So continuous thoughts about a job, a project, a course, a person, a move, a location, those, if we always, once, it's not saying that, and this is where the problem is, sometimes those feelings of being pulled in a direction actually sort of are in opposition to the way we're thinking, because our rational mind is thinking, well, that's crazy, I can't go there, I can't do that, I can't afford it, I can't, I don't know anyone there, where would I live, how would I work, I can't go chasing off and moving over there, or whatever it is. And so our rational mind kicks in, or sometimes it can be fear. I really want to take that job, but I don't know if I'm up to it. I don't know if I have the skills. Have I got enough experience? Am I going to fit in there? They're fears. They're fears, aren't they? That, again, will stop us listening to our intuition. But the interesting thing is that our intuition will just keep pulling, just keep pulling. So we will have those continuous thoughts. It'll just pop up again and again and again. Oh, there I am again. Yeah, seeing that picture of that place, or someone's had a conversation with me about it now, and I had the same response. I felt, initially I felt, yeah, I'd love to do that. So that's intuition. Okay. Equally, if something is negative and we our intuition is trying to tell us that, it doesn't matter how many times we put ourselves in the same position and try, it will always have that feeling, So just remember that it is not about what's going on in your mind, and it's not about an emotional response that comes from fear, okay? Or again, your mind. So it's not an emotional response to what your mind is saying, okay? Um, and yeah, what they then moved on to talk about our thoughts and emotions as being actually programmed responses. So, and they gave a little story, and they said that it's like a teacher or a parent with a child, because a child is very innocent, very in touch with their intuition. Children, aren't they? They just, they know exactly what they want to do, where they want to go. They're not overthinking it. They're not, unless pushed, they're not over emotional about things. So, the child wants to play, wants to be free, wants to be. The child is in the moment, and they're often quite relaxed when they're allowed to be in the moment. However, the parent or the teacher, they said, has the finger in the collar, and they're like, oh, no, you don't. No, you're not doing that, because you need to do this and you need to do that. And anyway, it's not safe for you. You'll make a loads of mess. And I don't know. The other one they mentioned was, well, that's not normal. Other people don't do that. And these are all things parents and children will say, parents and teachers will say. And what happens is that the child, where before they were just going with the flow, going with their intuition, not overthinking, not over emotional, the child then starts to feel emotional. So the child starts to feel shame or fear or doubt, or suddenly feels unsafe in some way, oh, maybe everyone is looking at me if I do that, So, and the child will stop, and it could argue, or some children will retreat, or attack. It's a range of responses. But the key point of the story was, they said that And the voice that prompted those feelings and emotions and thoughts in those and those actions in that child was not the child's. It was external. And that's their way of illustrating how our thoughts and our emotions are actually programmed responses. So it's really important to get in touch with our intuition. So otherwise, we're essentially letting the external run the show and not our internal. Because it's the external that is giving us these thoughts and these emotions as our response to the external. So yeah, really important to get in touch with our intuition. Yeah, so I'm just looking at my notes and trying to follow. I always write them down during the course of the week because I'd never remember everything. Right, yes. So the third question was our conscience versus that programming, and how do we tell the difference? So they said that programming will always relate to past experiences, and the related, as we just discussed, thoughts and emotions and responses that we've had to past experiences that we then apply going forward, and project into the future. So it's fear-based. It's a fear-based belief that we have to act, respond, be, think, talk, feel even a certain way to get either the outcome that we wanted, or to be safe in ourselves or around other people, or just safe generally in society. Whereas our conscience is very, very different. So and I myself was quite fascinated by what they had to say here. They said it's always love-based. Your conscience is always love-based, and it goes hand in hand with your intuition. And what it is, it's that inner knowing of that what is good for all is good for us. So it's based on knowing that because we're all one, we're all divine, we're all one, therefore what hurts one hurts us too. And what is good for everybody is good for us. So our conscience kicks in when something we're considering doing, or saying, or even thinking, doesn't match that inner knowing and that vibration of pure divine love and oneness. And we know it. We know it. And that's our conscience. Okay. Whew, that was quite a lot. A lot of messages this week, but it felt like 3 questions. Just one of those would have probably been quite a thing, but no, 3 questions this week, so there we are. So what they said was that they wanted to do some codes today around 2 things. One was clearing programming and fear-based programming. Hang on, just saying something. Yeah, and the other one is around helping us to be able to still our mind and hearts enough so that we can get in touch with our bodies, let go of our chattering mind, as I just said, and so on, and actually get in touch with our higher self. Okay. Yeah, they're saying higher self first. Higher self first. Good. All right. So I'll start channeling for you. Okay. Or you do tie yourself up in knots sometimes. It is not complicated. But the world you live in makes it complicated. It has such a powerful effect on you. But when you go within, you will find more power. True power. The power of your divine selves. And there you will find the source of wisdom. You will find everything you need to make decisions. Everything you need for your personal happiness. So, yes, we are going to start now. As Arwen said, we are going to clear some programming, some of the confusing ties that bind you. And we will help you to calm your mind and your heart of troubling thoughts that may prevent you from hearing your higher self. Indeed, hearing your intuition. We will begin. Hela shokotana malasa kontala yasha turimatali sekandali yashta. Tottrimitali kandria. Tottrimitali setari tatia tataria tatasha totrimala sesha. Oshoro pitkantala setari patakantati kompakantata la sekata. Lo sempetere, attaccantele scele, saccantare riatta, otto revantare hasta cantaria patatara, osto contremiattere estere, ottea, aria oriapa, aria rapa, tu contro me alle sescia della mattina. Cantare metodi sempre cantare certo male. Usto contro questa cantare paura la bezza cantare asta, usto contro giusto mendere cantare, usto contro me la se cantare a conto, huito contro sta cantare. Questa conto Pratte contare asciutta, osto cotto junta usta cantare male sa cantare ambaturasta la hush usta rotta reapa quante le scelle setene Ola se con chamala e la con mala sara e come la mala la sara ecco la mala la sara e ura catela se le catamande calala ula se catamacata calala lei ura cosa che le se catapascia ora a cantare asto con le besce o l'otto Mala se sharala, otto quando me la se cantare mala sotto, nella se toro, hatala shakata para cantare patala shete, roya raya rinutotara, roya rea rutototara, roya rea rutototara. Nekkatekita, lissa shara, mutta kele se pura matala se kosta patala se. E le se koshon bariala sotto nole. La se kemala se katale se kamrohe. La se kamala se katale se karole. Le sia, le sia, le sia, le sia. Ola sakapuro ptakanta jela seta. Ruta katara sakantare asta. Ruta imperiala sekata jela. O se la lua. lua, resta cachara, o lesta la lua, lesta la lua, ecale se shela, orete mese, tetele. Resta, resa, renda, 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 renda. Renda, 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 renda. Usto contalele de tua, ele se catalele tera, tera, tera. O casalele tera, o cotolelera, su contoro malese lera, catale tera. Usto toto mare, e se la lua le tera, usto cala, e se te cantala, le lua, a cantale sera, o le sera, o le tera. Usta camele se catale le tua, alle sa, le sue, 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 sue. Right. That was, well, very, very positive. I mean, they're just full of beans. So they obviously were very pleased to do that. Very pleased. So yeah, that was. I guess it just felt really positive anyway. And I mean, they often feel joyful, but they just felt like they were really pleased to be there, and yeah, just really encouraging. So yeah, nice for us all. Right. So well, I must be off actually. I'm off to the forest this afternoon. I'm going to be traversing treetops and zip wires and all sorts of things with my sons. So I hope you're doing something fun or something relaxing, or it's just something that makes you feel really good. Of course, as ever, if you want to have a private reading with me, or you want to have a healing session, then you can get in touch with me via Facebook, and the details are below, and you can message me from there. Also, I must say, I need to get into the habit of this. They do want me to say that if you like the video, if you feel you can, and being honest, that you have found it useful or enjoyable, then if you could like and also subscribe to the channel, that then means, because of the way that YouTube works, I suppose, that will pop up and go out to more people, which means in turn that more people can receive the codes and the healing and the information. So it's all sort of, passing it on, which is a great thing. So yeah, so as I say, have a great day and a great week, and I'll see you soon. Take care.